Well, here's our next card, and this card is made from Best Catch stamp set. It's a really simple card. It's been stamped with a Memento ink and then just colored in with colored pencils. I picked Granny Apple Green and Crushed Curry and Flirty Flamingo, and those all come from the Watercolor 2 assortment. These are not retiring. They're going to be around for a long time, so you'll want them for sure in your collection. So the other stamp set that I use besides the Best Catch, by the way, it's half price right now, is also this Crackle Paint. I love, love, love this background. And I want to show you a cheater's way to use the stamp. So what I did is, this is a cling mount stamp, so I actually have mine stuck onto the back of my case. And I'm just going to go ahead, and if you just ink it up, here's the ink. I'll show you how to do that. Just ink it up like that. And when I'm doing a card front, I always want to remember where the front is going to be, and so my fold should be on the right. So I'll just lay this on here like that, go around the edges, make sure I don't miss anything, a little bit in the center. Of course, that's probably going to get covered up anyway. And then I can pull it up by grabbing this piece straight up. And look, I've got a perfectly stamped piece because I'm on a nice flat table. So I can just close that up and clean it later. So that's a good way to do this Best Catch stamp set. All right, let me show you one more really fun technique that I learned from a friend of mine. Here's the next card. This is done with the Painted Harvest stamp set. Now this stamp set has been in my collection for quite a while because I really, really love it. And it's flowers, and it's just such a different type of soft impression. Here's a couple of other cards that I've made over the years. This one is a fun fold. It opens this way. But I just love the vibrancy of the colors with this. Here's another one that's done with a sunflower, and this one was done by Christy Kimball, and this really fun background. So that's another way to add a lot of sparkle and color. And this one was made by Georgia, and this made this into a Christmas card. So you can see it even looks like a poinsettia. And then here's another one by my friend Cindy Westerlink, and she turned it into a fun fold. So this one actually stands up like this. So you can see that that's a fun fold. So anyway, this has been one of the most versatile flower stamp sets that I've used. But I wanted to show you how to get this fast look. What I've done is I've gone ahead and put some little dots of glue on the back of my paper. I don't know if you can see those, but I'm just going to line them up at the bottom edge of my grid paper. So they're next to each other, and preferably in the same order I have them on the card. And you can see that they're going to just stick there, but they're only going to stick for a moment till it's time to put them onto the real background. So I'm using Early Espresso, and I'm going to go ahead and just stamp that image a couple of times, and then down here, over here, and then I think I want one more up in the corner there. The circle piece just goes right in the center. I can just, and you know, it's not super important that it's perfect. And then I can add some of these leaves around the edges, just kind of adding that in there. One maybe over here. I could take a darker one and put it in there as well. Add a stem there. And there is my front piece. And so then I'll take it off. See how it just comes right off when you only put the glue on one side? And this will go right onto my white piece, separated a little bit like that. And there, I'll bring the card back in. And then add the greeting. So super simple, but a really effective way, just another way to use this fabulous Painted Harvest stamp set. All right, I'll close this up and show you another card. So the next one I want to show you is this beautiful, it's from the Forever Lovely stamp set, and it has matching framelits. Let's pull those framelits in. There are so many pieces to these framelits. I think my very favorite piece is this one right here. And the reason that's my very favorite is it does this edge piece here. And not only does it cut out, but can you see that it's got little bits of area that are just embossed. So this part of the die actually just embosses to even give more texture to what we're doing. So what I did for this card is I put in our Parisian Blossom Designer Series paper, and I'll bring that in to show you. That is retiring from our Handmade for You spring catalog, and it's just all these beautiful pieces. You can see this is the one that I chose to use for this card. And then of course I had to have a little accent of glimmer paper. This is the silver glimmer paper, that's why it goes in so well. And I also used this beautiful soft petal pink ribbon that has the metal edge on it. That's retiring as well. And all of that goes together really well with the gray granite stamp set. It looks like silver, really easy way to stamp. That's not retiring, but it was a great thing to use. I want to show you a couple of other samples here. This is one, let's see, this is by Cindy Westerink, and you can see she used this edge here and cut the paper with this piece. She cut the lovely lipstick paper so that it would show behind there. So you can see how that's been used there. And here's another one that I did. This is just using the stamps. You can see how nicely you have the gradation where it's dark and light, and these line up so beautifully. Such a simple card to put together. Here's another one, and I like the way this one goes together. Just a different layout with lots of the little pieces, the elements, and then the flowers stuck out. And this one is by, let's see, by Cindy Heibel. Just a beautiful, beautiful layout. And then here's another one that we did at a conference. So I remember doing this one actually as one of our make and takes at one of our conferences. So just some beautiful things to do. Just a stunning set. Of course, it's flowers, and I'm just so partial to flowers. All right, so let me show you another card. Our next one in this series. Of course, it's flowers again. This has been a go-to for me. This is Beautiful Bouquet. Here is a super simple card that I made just with some of the in colors from this year. We've got Grapefruit Grove and Lovely Lipstick. The only technique involved in this was stamping off, and so you can see I used one of the stamps to do it dark here, and then just stamped it again in the background to do it a little bit lighter. It also features the tufted embossing folder, which is retiring as well. And I wanted to show you just a few other samples of cards that are done with this. This is one that I did a while back, and I love the idea of a bouquet. It just seems like the perfect way for a celebration, and who doesn't love a bouquet? And so the dies some of them are stamped and some of those are cut out. That's a birthday one. This one is done by my friend Pam Boke Dalrymple. She made that and did some of the other dies, cutting that out and adding all these colors, and a fun watercolor background that she added in there as well. Here's one, and what I love about this one is that this is actually stamped. It's not designer paper. So this stamp set, you can even make your own designer paper. And this one, I don't know who this one was done by, but anyway, that's a beautiful way to use the stamps. And then here's one that I did a while back with a wreath. And so I did a whole wreath pattern using those stamps. And of course the Lovely Leaves embossing folder on this one that's also retiring. So, oh my goodness, so many fun projects and so many ways to use the stamp set. I hope you enjoy them all. Well, here is a beautiful card that just has that really tropical feel with the bright colors. Here's one that I've done, and I'll show you a little bit how to do this border. So we've got the Tropical Chic stamp set and then the matching dies. I've chosen to use this particular die right here, And you can see that I took that and I just set it on here, and it cut out all those shapes. So it still left me this whole border, which I really, really liked. And for these dies, they go in, they'll also cut out the shapes from the stamp set. They'll also cut out a shape like that. If you want to do an outline around your piece, you can do that, or cut away a piece like this and put that inside, and that works with all of these. That goes in there, and this is here, and of course then this is this beautiful floral from Hawaii. Where else? So those are the dies. Wonderful, wonderful set. I'm going to show you just a little bit about how to stamp this border. So I've grabbed this one, I don't know what you'd call it, just these little line pieces. And so I'm going to stamp. So I've got this stamped, and I made certain that when I die cut this, I left a border here and there to be the same. So I'm going to start here at the top, and I'm using Garden Green, and I'm on Seafoam is my color. And so I'll add one more little piece there, and I'll turn this and go down the side, straight down, off the end. And you know I'm going to be painting myself in a corner in just a minute. I'm sure you can see what's about to happen. So I'm going to come up the side here. I can do one more, but I need that last little bit there. And so I'm going to put a post-it note here and a post-it note there, and add just a couple more little lines to make that finished off. So that's how you do it. So there you go. So you've got that cute little border around the edge of your card. So that's just the only trick with this card. It also features the Tropical Oasis Designer Series paper. You can look here at these gorgeous, gorgeous papers. And you can see from my card that I only needed this little teeny tiny piece with all that bright color to give this card the pizzazz that it needs. And people are always asking me how you do these little elements of tying. And I just thought I would show you. This is the Granny Apple Green ribbon that's being retired. And so I like to do my elements before I've cut this off. And so I'll just tie, and I'll just tie a little bow on top of there. With the baker's twine, and our white baker's twine is also retiring. I just don't know what I'm going to do. I'll have to find something else I can use all the time. And then go ahead and do a diagonal cut right there, and then you've got that cute little element to add to your card without a lot of bulk, which I really like, so it goes through the mail really well. All right, and let me show you a couple of other cards that I've gotten from some of my friends of mine. This is a beautiful card, and this has some paper on it, and you can see those elements that have been die cut. And this one was done by Joyce Farraco, and a nice angle design to that. I really like that. Here's another one. This is from Cindy Bowen, and she actually lives in Hawaii, so she must know what she's doing. But it's a gift card, and look, you can slip a gift card in there. Look at her cute card there with the hula dancer. So that's from Cindy. And then here's another one, and this one was done by Robin Carden, and you can see that it's got the tone-on-tone stamping, and then a couple little pieces, and so with much love and thanks. So those are just some more ideas to do with this gorgeous Tropical Oasis stamp set. And let me show you my last card for this card kit collection. And of course you can get all of these cards, you can get all these kits available to you. You can pick and choose which ones you want, or you can get them all, however you want to do that. So my last card that I want to bring in is this one. It says "You're the best," and I think that we want to just tell our graduates and tell our friends and just tell everybody that we really value them right now. These are such important things to tell people. Let me show you what I've done to create this card. So what I have here, I'm going to bring all this stuff in here. So first of all, the stamp set here. The stamp set is the Label Me Pretty. And the Label Me Pretty matches the Label Me Pretty, or the Pretty die cut label punch. Label Me Pretty die punch. And that obviously cuts all these shapes out. All of this is retiring, and I'm just so fond of this shape. I think I'm just going to really, really miss that one. The other punch that this goes with is the 1 3/8 scallop punch, and that is also retiring. So you want to grab that one now because that's going to be a part of your collection that you're really going to enjoy. These are cards that were made with this stamp set. I'll show you those. This is one that has the happy birthday sentiment, just a simple card. Here's another one that says you're the best. And this one from Lindsay Mohan is a thank you, just with a cute little texture background and just a very sweet card. What I did to make this card is I took the foil paper. This is the peacock foil paper. Oh, look at these stunning, stunning colors. I just absolutely love this. These are the 3 foil colors that come in the collection. I picked the green and embossed it with the Coastal Weave embossing folder, which of course is retiring, and then punched out the shapes, and I used a little bit of the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper down here as well. And just a shout out for this beautiful, beautiful Noble Peacock Designer Series paper, or specialty paper. I have to admit that I have been paper hoarding this, so I love this, and now it's retiring and I'm heartbroken. But anyway, I hope you love this collection and will just spend lots and lots of time making cards and sending them to make every day brighter for those you care about. Enjoy.